Hey everyone, TFP here talking about a big opinion on MLK. Let's do some introductions first. Clint?
I'm Clint Cooper. I'm the editor of the Chattanooga Free Press opinion page for the Chattanooga Times Free Press.
And lots of opinions again about this road. What is going on?
Well, the City of Chattanooga and the Benwood Foundation are seeking comment on whether Martin Luther King Boulevard here should be reduced from 4 lanes, as it currently is now, to 2 lanes, one in each direction, plus a turn lane in the middle.
Now, why in the world?
Well, their thought is that to slow traffic through here would be much better for all the pedestrians and the bikers in this area, and those who may want to slow down and see some of the burgeoning businesses which are beginning to grow up here.
When did this come about, this idea?
Well, the idea has been going for several, perhaps a year or so, as they've been considering bike lanes all around Chattanooga and a change in this corridor here with streetscaping and changes in the streets. So it's actually been going on probably a year or so, the thought about it.
Now, you may have heard about the bike lane potential on Fraser Avenue in the North Shore. A lot of business owners were against it. A lot of other business people here in Chattanooga were for it for the economic reasons. Is this similar, you think?
Probably. I would say part of it is also just to slow down. The idea is to slow down traffic through this corridor to have, there's a lot more UTC students, University of Tennessee Chattanooga students down here now, and going across to Douglas Heights, which is close to us now, and the other things that are on this corridor involving UTC. So the idea is just to have slower traffic through the area, easier for bikes, easier for pedestrians, and slowing the traffic through the corridor.
Is a potential for actual bike lanes in the works?
Yes, well, that's one of the alternatives that they've been talking about here. The alternatives that were presented to some stakeholders in this area earlier this spring involved 1 lane each direction with a turn lane and actual bike lanes through here, one on each side, not marked off with a bike curb as you see on Broad Street. And then the next alternative is to have 3 lanes again from the 4 with a turn lane, but then the wider lanes would be about 15 feet wide, which would give room for bikes to go down the same lane, except there wouldn't be actual bike lanes here.
Okay.
The third alternative is just to leave things the way they are now.
So, being the editor of opinions, I feel like there's going to be a lot of opinions about this. And as many drivers have said no, or business owners have said no, do you think we're going to be hearing a lot of that?
Well, just speaking for the Free Press opinion page, I feel like there are a lot of questions that are left unanswered about this, and that would be about how it would be, especially at the most difficult times of day, 5 o'clock, that kind of thing, how traffic would just it seems like it would back up in this area. It seems like it would be difficult to get to the parking places over here, and that's what they want people to do, is to get to these places. But at 5 o'clock, with 1 lane on each side, I can't imagine parallel parking into one of these spaces here. I also worry that it will send more traffic to the interstate, which at that time of day is quite backed up. And also it would send more traffic to the outlying streets, 8th Street on this side and 10th Street on this side, where there's more potential for injuries to residents if people are going through those lanes, putting more traffic on those lanes rather than ML King. Those are some of the thoughts that I had in thinking about a change in this street.
So where are we in the potential of this decision?
Right now, they're seeking comment. The City of Chattanooga is seeking comment, and you can actually go on the city's website and find a survey where you can choose one of those alternatives or give your opinion about one of those alternatives so that they'll have an additional more information about what people think. Now, they've said that they don't want to start the process here, any changes in this area, until spring of 2017. So I would say in the next few months they'll be winding up, probably gathering information about what people think and then making their final decision.
Okay, thank you. And I feel like there are going to be a lot of comments if they're asking for them, and also a lot of comments from you today about Tennessee's insurance approved hike. 62% to be exact for Blue Cross. We break that down for you on our website, times3press.com, and I'll have more back for you at 11.